Welcome to another episode of Morning Mojo with me, Shane Solomon. I am delighted to welcome on the sofa this morning here in the studio, Jake and Abby from Cornish Larder. I'm going to go straight into the content here. Jake, how do you start your day, my friend?
So I always like to see it as I like to get a head start of my day. So how I do that, I always get into the unit half an hour before the whole team. So I can get the ball rolling, I can get things on cooking, I can go through the emails, I can go through the orders. So when the rest of the team comes in, we're already rolling, the business is already moving in the right direction. So that's how I start my day.
I like that. Abby, I'm going to come to you now. How do you start your day? I'm not saying particularly morning or afternoon or evening.
Yeah, not as early as him.
How do you start your day? What do you like to do?
Take my dog for a walk.
Okay.
Yeah, so get out in the fresh air, take him around the village. Kind of gives me a chance to think about what I'm planning to do for the day, anything urgent that I need to do. And then, I head into the unit with the rest of the team.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Now, you guys are obviously, for those watching, can tell these guys are very young, very young, but you're crushing it in terms of what you've created with the brand. How have you done that with the mindset? This podcast is all about motivating people, inspiring people. How do you grab this by, the bottom and say, right, let's take it to the top? Jake, I'll start with you.
Me again. So we've grown our business super frugally with little to no resources. So we've kind of had to think smart and kind of outside the box. So when we first started, we understood who our target audience was, how we can be in front of them. So what we did, we know we're a product-based business, so we wanted people trying our products, seeing our products for as cheap as possible, whilst also trying to build up the cash flow to start investing in other aspects of our business. Mm-hmm. So for us, this was going at foodie events, food markets, food festivals, doing tastings in shops that would, allow us to stock our products. And this is kind of how we got our products out there for as cheap as possible.
Mm-hmm. And Abby, would you add anything to that from your side of things? How you've managed to get to where you guys are right now?
I think just a lot of hard work, a lot of not being, defeated or undeterred. There's definitely been times in the business where it has been hard going, but just to keep on going, because we know that we've got a great product and we're so passionate about it that we know long term it is going to work, and it has done. And so, I think just if you're passionate about something, which we are, that's kind of helped us carry on going.
Passion is right up there, isn't it?
100%.
It's the same with me with this. I don't turn up here every day because I have to. I do it because I want to.
Because you love it.
People see through it if you're not passionate.
Yeah.
So.
And then developing the brand. I'm going to try some of this hot sauce and I'm absolutely eager to try it. But are you branding experts? How did you get to this journey of coming up with a killer brand that you've got?
Well, so we've got two brands. So the Cornish Larder was the one that we started nearly 6 years ago. So that's the chutneys, the relishes, the preserves, and the sauces. So, I've got a background in creative design and photography, so that did help. Mm-hmm. So the branding and the logo that you see today for the Cornish Larder is still the one that I created. Mm-hmm. So that definitely helped us and kept costs low. Mm-hmm. Again, photography wise, I could do all of that. And then the Cornish Smoke Squad, that's more of a fun brand, isn't it? So we kind of got approached by Falmouth University, didn't we? And we worked with an illustrator. At the time we set it as a brief, and then she came up with the characters that you see on the brand here. Again, I did the logo, and we kind of then worked together to create the actual label design. But that's kind of how we've created what it looks like today.
Sure. So people are looking for motivation, for some tips and things like that. How do you market a brand? It's a question I get asked quite a lot, but you've got the brand, it looks great, but you're not just going to get sales to your door. So any kind of tips for that? I'm not asking you to reveal any trade secrets, but just, some obvious things to you that's helped you market a brand.
I think for small businesses that are literally just starting out, the key thing is to work out who your target market is. And then you need to place yourselves and surround yourselves with your target market. So for us, we started out by going to the really small independent, like farmers markets, really small food festivals. And then as we kind of developed the brand and people became aware of us, and obviously we had cash flow coming in, we could then afford to target the bigger food festivals and things like that. So start small and be really, really clear and concise with who you are trying to target. I'd say that's kind of how best to market a brand new company. Because like you say, people aren't going to just come to you and appear. You could have the world's best product, but if you're not marketing it, no one's going to know about it. So it's placing yourself in front of these customers, shouting about it, being personable. I know a lot of people don't enjoy being in front of the camera. Like, it's not easy.
No.
But people love buying from people, and they love hearing about the people behind the brand. And I think that's what we've really, really pushed, haven't we?
Yeah.
You know, so people know it's run by a young couple. They can see the passion behind it. Yeah. Anything you want to?
Yeah, I'd also just say, when starting a business, choose your niche and choose something you're super passionate about, and then become an expert in your field. And naturally, people within your sector, within your market, will just gravitate to you. Our business has grown from that. So we offer something called white labeled products, where we'll go for a product development for a business. And because we're now seen as experts within this preserve area, that's naturally grown our business to kind of where it is today.
Okay, so tips on growing a business specifically in Cornwall. We live in the most beautiful part of the country, in my opinion. You know, there are some other lovely places close second. But, you know, we're very blessed to have such wonderful greenery, the seaside, things like that, some great towns. How would you advise people on growing a business in Cornwall?
Networking. Cornwall is, and I know it's been said time and time again, but Cornwall is a very small place. Sometimes that's great, sometimes it's not. But you never know who you're going to meet, who might then know someone else that could catapult your business. So, you know, you might pay £10 for a pitch at like a small, you know, school event to sell your products. But you might then actually speak to someone that might be best friends with, I don't know, like a huge shop within Cornwall. You just don't know.
Absolutely.
Everyone knows everyone in Cornwall.
They do.
So I think as long as you're surrounding, like I said earlier, yourself with these people, and it doesn't matter who you're talking to or where you are, as long as you show that passion, they're going to remember you.
Absolutely.
And I think with Cornwall being so small, those people remembering you and remembering the business, that's going to take you quite a long way.
Yeah. I'd also say Cornwall's such a great place for collaboration and working together. And something that we've done with the Cornish Larder brand is really utilise that. So we've strategically chosen companies that match our values to celebrate and use within our branding and packaging. So companies like Tarquin's Gin, St Ives Brewery, we've worked with those companies, used their products within our products, and use their marketing tools to push our brand. I think Cornwall's so good at collaboration and working together.
It really is. And just talking about networking, I think that's my kind of biggest kind of regret in a way, that I didn't network early enough. And so I'm a big champion of that now. I'm always saying, people, please, you know, like you said, just network. And it's always a case of who you know, you know, as opposed to what you know. And you're right that everyone in Cornwall knows each other to a certain degree. I always joke that the most confusing day in my village is Father's Day, because everyone knows each other so well. But I just want to say at this point, by the way, a massive thank you. These podcasts couldn't happen without any sponsors. We've got some wonderful sponsors. So I just want to mention the Griffin Inn at Newquay. If you've not been there before, they do the most amazing Sunday carvery. They do amazing food throughout the rest of the week, of course, as well. But their Sunday carveries are absolutely delicious. Make sure you get along and check them out. Steve and the team will take good care of you. And they've also got some rooms there where you can stay. So if you're going out for a night or a day in Newquay and say getting a taxi back, it's probably more affordable to stay over at the Griffin Inn, have a nice breakfast in the morning and set your day off really good on the Sunday. So a massive thank you to the Griffin Inn there. But back to you guys, favourite recipes using Cornish Larder. So
where do we start?
I mean, inspire us.
So the great thing about having a food business is you're surrounded by it all the time. So our fridge is constantly stocked with Cornish Larder products and Cornish smoked squid products. So we get to experiment quite a lot. Chili jam is one of my favourite products we produce. It's really nice if you're doing a salmon to glaze it with our chili jam. It makes a real nice sticky, slightly spicy salmon. The onion chutney is great in a gravy. Just a spoonful in your gravy, so good.
Nice.
Do you know?
Oh, I'm inspiring me now.
Making you hungry.
Any favourites for you?
My personal favourite of ours for the Cornish Larder is the Bloody Mary ketchup
Okay.
with rosemary and bay vodka from Colwith Farm.
Okay.
Put that with anything you put ketchup with.
Yeah.
Or put it with
We always describe it as an
pizzas.
adult ketchup.
Yeah, we call it our adult ketchup. Love that one. Caramel sauce for the people that have got sweet tooths. You can literally do anything with that one. People always ask me how you can use it. Obviously cakes and bakes, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Ice creams, waffles, bananas, porridge, hot chocolate, coffee. Like the list is kind of endless.
Yeah.
And I think with all of our products, they are super, super versatile, which is why they are such a great addition to people's cupboards.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those ones. I'm not the best cook in the world, but I'm getting better at it. And I remember doing something, I think it was one of your products actually, whether it was a white label one, but was cooking like slow ribs, you know, and it was like a barbecue kind of, oh my goodness me. It was absolutely superb. Really, really enjoyed that. One of my questions for you both as well is when you're not working, how do you keep your kind of mind away from the business and relaxed and things like that? Abby, I'll start with you. 'Cause it must be hard to switch off, right? Because I know
it's so hard.
do you switch off or not? I mean, for me, my business life and personal life almost rolls into one. It just keeps going. But
I think we're very good at, we say to ourselves, don't we? Like 9 to 5, that's business. And then we kind of, as soon as we get home and shut the door, it's then just us time with the dog. It helps that we've got a separate unit for where we produce everything and then obviously where we live. At the beginning, it was all in Jake's parents' house when we lived there.
Sure.
So that was super hard to switch off because you'd come down the stairs and to your right would be the, you know, where we had everything stored and to the left would be the living room. Whereas now we can kind of segregate it. But don't get me wrong, like there's times where we'll be sat at night at 9:30 just talking about business or like, you know,
things.
our goals or like things that have annoyed us. But weekends we're really good at, you know, like I said earlier, we've got our dog and we go walking loads and treasure trails and stuff like that, just getting outdoors and exploring Cornwall.
Yeah. And I also think our best ideas come from when we're in that downtime.
Yeah.
When we step out of the business and you almost see it from an outsider's point of view rather than being in the day to day.
Yeah.
I feel like all of up in it, right?
All of our best ideas come from that time.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Right, now listen, the time is right. The mood is indeed proper that I smashed the hell out of one of these sauces. Now, which one of these, I'll make sure I'm still by the microphone, but which one of these ones here would I be taking to try out one of your hot sauces here? Which one's the hottest out of those six?
The one on the left, that one.
Yeah.
See?
With a great name.
That's the F.
It's almost like, do you want to switch to this camera here, Josh? Right, a bit of product placement. This is what we're talking about. You know, because the effing hot one, what a great name, great brand name there.
Thanks.
So have you got any like celebrity chefs who's starting to use your stuff yet? Or are we still trying to get into them or can we not mention them or what?
No, we had Ben Quid.
Yeah.
Yeah, so from Canteen, he used our stuff.
He uses the stuff, yeah.
Yeah, he used it at Dartmoor.
I'm super excited about this. Sorry, I'm not even listening to you anymore. I'm joking, I am. So Ben,
Ben, he used our Mexican one, didn't he? For as like a salsa.
Yeah.
A little thing there. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
So that one's got Scotch bonnet and Naga chilies in it.
So if you know your chilies.
Don't worry about this on the podcast, whether you're listening and watching. I have put some toilet roll in the fridge before we started this. So everything's going to be all right.
We pack it full of tomatoes as well, though, so you do get quite a nice sweet flavour.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chilies on that sort of puppy. Right, so on brand, we've got some Morning Mojo fries that I made earlier this morning. Just give it a good old coating in the sauce. Now, for those of people who know me, oh, whoops!
I'm slightly nervous for
you. Oh, shut! It can't be that bad. How bad can it be?
You'll be fine.
Those who know me and watch all my stuff know that I'm a fussy eater and things like that. But I've caked it with this sauce, and I think. Wow. Wow. Oh my God, I've started to sweat.
Do you see where the name comes from?
Oh my good
right?
Lord. Yeah, I'm fine. Oh my goodness me. Guys, that is cracking.
So if you just want to add a bit of heat, instant heat with flavour, a few drops, brilliant. you want to add
Look
some
at that.
chili to your... Wow,
See how thick that is?
that's a lot.
Oh my God. Guys. That is so nice. Now, if you're listening to
He
this, you're not
says through
seeing nothing.
tears.
It's really, if you like hot things, and I do like hot things.
You ever had a podcast guest make you cry?
I'm just like, I'm starting to sweat. That's really bad. It's not that hot in here. But guys, this is absolutely lovely. It's a bit tricky with two. Well, just while I'm munching on these, just tell our wonderful listeners and viewers where they can get your products.
Yeah, you carry on.
So we're stocked in quite a lot of small independent shops and delis around Cornwall. We've got our website, the Cornish Smoke Squad. We're also on Etsy, not on the high street, so we do ship nationwide. So yeah, you can go on to those platforms and order.
Or if you attend any food festivals within the Southwest, I'm sure you'll bump into us where you can try our products firsthand.
Yeah,
and choose your favourites.
Yeah, we'll be at Royal Cornwall and Porth Leven,
St Ives.
We
do most of them. Yeah.
It's kicking in.
You
now.
have gone in with the hottest one there.
Yeah, I know. Well, I thought if we're going to do it, we've got to do it right.
Yeah.
You know? And I do like hot things, but that is definitely by far one of the hottest ones I've tasted, but tasty too. That's the important thing. I want to get that across. It's not just like what's the point in just, having this hot sauce, but it's really tasty, nice taste to it. Right, look, to round up our podcast, because we're running short on time, inspirational life lesson. Do you have one, either of you? Jake, I'll start with you.
I think inspirational things that have happened to us in terms of our business is celebrating your goals, but then don't resting on your goals. Set a new goal, set a new challenge. Something that works really well for me is having something to work towards. So one of my earliest goals was getting stocked into the Great Cornish Food Store. We achieved that goal maybe year 2 or year 3. And then once we've achieved that goal, we've worked on it. So we still work with that stockist. But then we've also set new goals, new challenges of, okay, so now we're in there. Let's see if we can get stocked in a bigger, better shop or whatever.
Yeah.
So that works well for me.
Yeah.
You agree with that, Abby?
Yeah, 100%. I think, just don't kind of rest on your laurels once you're into those places. You need to nurture it. And don't just rely on, right, I'm in there now, I'm done. You need to keep going, keep reminding people that you're there, that, new products are coming out, and just being really, really kind of productive. And
you need to remind your customers you exist every day, because if you don't, your competitor is.
Yeah.
As brutal as it sounds, you need to be the forefront of your customer's mind every day, just reminding them you still exist.
Yeah. And I think, like I said earlier, just being really, really personable. I think it's so, once people kind of can see the people behind the brand and they kind of get a feel for who you are, I think that really, really helps. And we always get really great feedback, don't we? When, we do videos of us or, Dave, who's the other chef. And also don't take life too seriously.
Yeah.
I like that.
As cheesy as that is, don't. Like,
What's
at the end
the
of
worst
the day,
that can happen?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
we're not doing brain surgery. Do you know what I mean?
I know,
like,
right? Yeah.
And sometimes the stress, like we probably react like we are.
Like you are.
But
just have a great product and enjoy the ride.
Yeah, enjoy it. Because if you don't enjoy it, you're just gonna.
What's the point?
What's
right?
the point?
Yeah.
Like, I don't view this as a job. It's our life, and I absolutely adore it.
Yeah.
I think, just make sure you're enjoying what you do.
Well, it shows, and you guys are very inspirational, hence why you're on the podcast. I would just like to say a massive thank you for giving up your time to come in and to put, your kind of 2 pence out to the world as well. You guys are absolutely crushing it, in my humble opinion. I look forward to see what the next few years look like for you.
No, thank you very much for having us.
Thank you
Honestly,
very much.
guys, thank you so much. I would like to say a massive thank you, of course, to our sponsors, the Griffin Inn, but most importantly, I'd like to say a massive thank you to Megan, our producer, who spends a lot of time behind the scenes, getting all the wonderful guests together, working out what questions we ask, doing a bit of research, or in fact, a lot of research. And also to our producer today is Josh on the mixing panels at the back of the studio. So thank you to everyone. And Jay Kennett will probably edit this all together. You're all wonderful. I couldn't do it without you. We'll see you in the next, or hear us in the next episode of the podcast. But for myself and these wonderful people, Jake and Abby from the Cornish Larder and other empires that's coming out of that, we will see you in the near future, somewhere along the line. Make sure you follow these guys. They're absolutely awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.